It's William and Jordan here from Help I Sexted My Boss.
And on the latest episode...
Spoiler alert, this is one of our most disgusting episodes we've ever done.
Lauren, I don't want to be rude, but you're a degenerate, basically.
I'm so sorry about this episode.
Weird.
I reckon this will be our least listened to episode ever. Go to a doctor.
111.
Like legally, we're talking medical advice anyway. It's the podcast where manners meets mayhem.
Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, I'm Brooke Vincent.
I'm Danny Miller.
And I'm Wingman.
And welcome to You Don't Know You're Born.
3 parents, 3 wildly different childhoods, and one shocking realisation that our kids have it way too easy. So every week we get together to vent, laugh, and prove just how much they don't know they're born.
Every episode, we dive into our kids' baffling behaviour. Everything from after-school clubs to how they talk back to us and reminisce about how back in our day, we'd never dare.
And listen, we want you to join in too. So drop us a message on socials at Don't Know Podcast on Insta and TikTok, or email us at hello@don'tknowpodcast.com.
Right, on with the show. Well, I'll tell you one thing, actually, this is genuine, so you can just have this morning, was the difference between coming out of your house now than literally 6 weeks ago. In terms of the first thing in the morning that I usually do is just get in the car and go. And now I'm at the stage, I'm just on the cusp of having to start the engine before we go.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you
it's pitch
do
black
that?
as well.
Well, I don't usually do it, but I do it now because we live on the farm, so that we're in the middle of nowhere.
No one can rob your car.
Yeah.
You'd be very unlucky where you live if somebody did rob your
I know,
car.
imagine, he'll do it one day.
What do you do when you run out of milk, or you want to order
You can't.
a curry?
No, there's none of that.
Yeah, because
There's no bus route, there's no train station, there's no shops.
This is what I mean.
There's
In
no
an
pubs.
ideal world, yes, it's amazing, but I do love an ad hoc chipper that can deliver.
Yeah, but this is the thing. So this is what happens, right? You go past certain points, and this is how clever Deliveroo and Just Eat and Uber Eats are and all that, is you go past a certain point, and the minute it goes past, you go past the point where they deliver, it switches on to you and just goes, we've missed you, here's 40% off. It's really trying to get us, because I remember the days me and Steph, before the kids, we'd have McDonald's, breakfast, dinner and tea.
Yeah.
I
Ordered.
loved McDonald's.
I still do, but we just don't have
I
it.
feel like with McDonald's, do you know what, right? I was speaking, do you remember Umar? You know Umar, don't you? I remember speaking to Umar about McDonald's, and obviously he's got this clothing brand, and he was basically saying what people buy into, and it was a dead interesting chat, but he was basically saying McDonald's as a kid was like an experience. It was you'd go, it'd be happy.
You could have your birthday
It was
there.
a happy it was a happy meal, and it gave you the sense of you having a treat, and it makes you happy. And I think for so long I have bought into that when I first started driving, I lived at McDonald's. I was always at McDonald's. I used to think
Drive-through.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was a drive-through. But then also, I used to get to the point where I'd been there that much. I used to try and get my order out as quick as possible in case God stopped me and said, sorry, you can't have this again. But now, it's not looking good if you're taking your kids to
but
McDonald's.
also, can I just jump on the back of that point? Because the one thing that really winds me up about the people that work at the McDonald's drive-thru is they make you feel fatter than you are.
Yeah, they do.
Because in the tone of voice, right, if they go, hi, welcome to McDonald's, what can I get you?
Yeah.
If I was just getting a double cheeseburger, I go, hi, could I just have a double cheeseburger, please? Right. But when it's a big order, I go, can I have a double cheeseburger? Is that everything? No. Let me finish my order.
Just wait a fucking Mac-minute, please.
Nice.
Do you know what I mean?
Nice.
No.
Well, that feels like a really good point. So
Listen,
you win.
I remember once going to McDonald's, and I don't know whether it was double time for this girl, it was Christmas, I don't know what was going on, but I seen her in the morning, and then I seen her again on my way out.
Yeah.
And I said, hi. And then I'm embarrassed. Why am I embarrassed? I'm keeping you in a job by eating all this shit.
Yeah.
But I was embarrassed. And you know what? Another thing, sorry, just whilst we're on the point.
No, go.
When they say, do you want any sauces? And I say, yes, please, can I have some curry sauce? And give me one.
Yeah.
One curry
It's a
sauce.
rule now, though, you know. It's a
Well,
rule.
who's brought in that rule?
I'd imagine Ronald.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, not a big
Mr. Ronnie
fan.
himself.
Mr. Rondon
Listen,
himself.
I get inflation, I get you don't get out free these days, but every person knows you can't have a full meal with one sauce.
Well, apparently now it's a sauce and order. right? So you can have one sauce and order. So if you get a Happy Meal,
ridiculous.
you can have a sauce, but just go back round and just order a Fanta.
Do you know what?
Because you need a drink anyway.
You do.
And then you get another one.
Do you want me to tell you something? If
You're
anybody
welcome.
is listening and does need a hack, if on the off chance I get a good one and I collect them for the kids, because kids don't have sauce, I say, oh, can you have 3? I emergency store them just in case of
It's a clever
emergencies.
idea.
Because if you get Deliveroo to your house and they don't pick up the sauces, I say to Kian, listen, there's one in the glove box. Go and get one. We're good.
I know what
We're
you
not-
mean.
we're not
It's
daft.
planning.
Not daft. Down there for
in the
dancing.
ideal
Absolutely.
scenario, that's what you do. But I sometimes look at people who get in a car and see loads of sauce and think, too organised. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you
You've got it
scruffy
all
bastard.
sorted there. Have you?
Maybe.
That's it winds me up when you get there nowadays. Like, and you pull up in your car and they go, "Have you ordered on the app?" You're like,
Oh,
"I
no.
ordered on the app. I'm hungover. Probably should be driving."
Yeah.
And they definitely shouldn't be on the phone whilst I'm driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing it now, 30 miles an hour, you dick. No, I'm not.
But I don't get the fast food element if I've got to order it before I get there.
Exactly.
Now, this is one of the most gutting feelings I've ever felt at McDonald's. When you get there before breakfast finishes, but the person in front of you has a big order. So by the time it gets to you, oh, sorry, we're not serving breakfast anymore. What do you mean?
Mac.
Yeah.
I honestly, back in the day when I had my Peugeot 206 and I used to have to wind the windows down, it used to fucking wind me up, wind it down. Now you can have, sorry, we don't serve it. And wind it back up and off I'd go. Because
Yeah.
nobody wants
It's gotta be a
a McChicken
technicality,
sandwich
don't there?
meal
No.
at 11:30 when you're
It's a
21 and you're
fair
hungover. No one
Yeah,
wants
fair
that. They want the
point.
breakfast.
Massively.
Well, this is a really good starter because we are actually on the podcast going to talk about food.
But it's funny.
today.
Yeah.
And the differences between food. Not necessarily just the differences, because I have some interesting points to make about food.
Well, I'll
today.
tell you a difference,
Here we
a
go.
massive difference.
Yeah.
When my kids go to McDonald's these days, they get a meal. A meal. I didn't upgrade from a Happy Meal until I was at least 11.
No.
And they're on a full
Yeah.
meal.
Exactly
Yeah.
the same.
Plain. I said to Kian, really seeing his ass actually with me the other week because I didn't know the kids' order at McDonald's. And he was like, how do you not know what they have? Because I got Mexican cheeseburger and it come with everything on and he has it plain apparently. And I was like, well, I just don't take him to McDonald's, so I don't know. It's not that it's not that I'm like going out of my way to never take them to McDonald's. But if we go to McDonald's, Kian's normally in the driver's seat and he orders, so he knows what he wants. Whereas like, I don't know that. Like, I don't know that he has it plain. Anyway, I do now because it was a big whole family meeting, sit down, and we all had to discuss our fucking ailments and
play for
allergies.
ironing it out, though.
But I literally was like, But yeah, he's up to a full meal.
Yeah, we had a chat the other day, like, and I was pretty proud of Lila, to be honest. Even though it's McDonald's related, I was dead proud. Like every time I go Mackey's, I'll have 6 nuggets and I'll have a cheeseburger chaser. And I always say,
I love
I always say I'll have a
cheeseburger
cheeseburger chaser all the time. I always say it. And the other day, I was with Lila in the car, and she went, "Can I have a 6 nugget meal? And can I have a burger chaser?" And I went, "That's my girl." I'm so proud of you. You know, I was like,
Sorry, we're out of cheeseburgers.
yeah. I was so
Magic
proud of her.
Can I just say though, right? McDonald's was my number one top go-to from being 17 since could drive until I was pregnant because I had an ice addiction, not addiction, what is it? A craving, ice craving. The ice from McDonald's not good. If you want to know where the best ice is without the whole fast food industry, Subway. Best ice. You can put it all in, crunch, done.
Why?
McDonald's, too big.
Is this a thing? Or is
No,
this
this is my
your
statistic.
opinion?
Can I just?
This is my survey.
Let a girl speak now. Can I just chuck out there as well, though? I feel, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I feel like the McDonald's ice melts faster than any other fast food place.
Yeah.
I don't understand with McDonald's Cokes how some days they come and they're amazing.
Yeah.
And some days they come and they're awful. Where's the consistency?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
Do you have to pay 16p more, for that now?
For
Full
what?
fat Coke.
Oh, no, I've always just pressed the lids and it changes it for you. The buttons on the lids, you can make it diet by pressing the button. Do you remember that? That's what you used to actually think, didn't you? Do you know what that's actually for? It's just to differentiate between the two.
Of course it is. What did you think it was for?
Well, up until about 24, I mean, up until about 13.
Think it was like a cigarette when you clicked it and it went from normal to menthol?
Correct.
Stop it!
Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. Because who's going to look at the thing and go, well, that's diet? I just thought it's like there must be a thing in there that condenses it into it and fizzes it for you. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Stop it.
I'm afraid so.
No way.
I'm talking when I was like 13, bro.
Well, to be fair, I did think that mermaids was real for a period of time.
I asked Albert the other day, so should we go to McDonald's and get some chips? I was having a craving, I'd been on a bit of a diet. I deserved a double cheeseburger.
Of course you do, you look well.
Thank you very much. I wasn't
Hey, I
hinting.
tell you what, you should have had a nugget chaser as well.
But anyway, I said to him, do you want some McDonald's chips? He was nearly dry heaving at the thought of it, and I went, "Oh, do you want?" And then I'd said it to Steph, and she said, "Ask him if she wants red chips." I said, "Do you want red chips?" Oh yeah, they're just McDonald's large fries, but he calls them red chips. So anyway, he associates obviously McDonald's with, he doesn't like it, but he likes these red chips. But 9 times out of 10, when we go somewhere with the kids, it has to be somewhere that involves pasta because we know we can get that down them. We don't go for meals anymore.
This is the thing. This is what is almost annoying as well, is that because they eat expensive things. Like, for instance, I remember Kian's brother asking for sea bass for his tea. And we was like...
Lila loves that.
Yeah, but when we was kids...
She does, mate.
No, I believe it.
But when you was... That's what I'm saying. But when you're 8 years old, when I was 8 years old, and I don't think like... I was like poor and couldn't afford like nutritious food. No. Everybody on the street used to have fish fingers, chips and beans.
Frozen shit, yeah.
Frozen, exactly. Pizza, alphabets and tune, like sweet corn, whatever it might be. Whereas like now,
turkey drummers.
If Kian says to me, what are you making the kids for tea? I'm like subconsciously thinking about the food groups.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh God, they've got football and they need the pasta, but actually they'll give them some salmon to concentrate. And then I'm like, oh, but they need some veg. And if, for instance, they turn around to me on a Saturday or something and say, oh, Mum, can I have noodles? I'm like, oh, yeah, you can, but like, I don't feel like it's enough when really, I used to get by the day on a pot noodle.
Yeah, no,
and
this is probably why they'll end up being good at football though as well. Like, and the reason why I was so shit is because I had a Finder's crispy fucking pancake. Do you know what I mean? And I went to football. That was it. Like that was
we're more educated now, aren't we, about
we
foods
are,
and
but I
things?
just think we've moved with the times because there was nothing wrong with that food when we were younger, and also, like you say, inflation was massive.
It was.
I remember my mum used to have a freezer full of food that we loved, and maybe that's because we were brought up on it. But minted lamb grills, well, that was Friday night tea sorted. We loved that minted lamb grills, and now when you look at it, it looks like dog food. Yeah. But it worked, didn't it? None of us died off it. Exactly. We all kind of made, and now it's a completely different thing because we have to think of the food groups. We have to think of, has they got enough protein, all that stuff. I worked out yesterday that kids, my Albert's age 4, have to have between 1,400 and 1,600 calories a day.
Right, this is my thing, right? These statistics are getting thrown out as we're now like of an age of an adult, right? So I know I don't act like one, but I'm an adult, and I need to have a certain amount of intake of water. I need to be going to the gym this many times a day. I can only have 1 glass of wine. Whatever bullshit they come up with society, this is what you should be doing. I now have to think about 1,400 calories or however many they have. Whatever you just said. There's a lot that goes into that. Like my mum literally said to me the other day, she went, "Do you know what, Brooke?" She said, I didn't do this with you. She said, but I just go off the boys now. If they're hungry, they'll eat. Whereas like I had a thing with Mex the other day. I'd made shepherd's pie.
Nice.
And because I'm cautious of it, especially when I'm at home, I feel like they should have like a proper meal. So far, it's getting obviously winter. I'll do shepherd's pie, and then the day I made it, they ate some, and then I'd boxed it up, like put it in a little Tupperware, and then for after school they've come in with a emergency teas. I put the 3 of it in, done, there you go. Well, Mex decided that day, well, he didn't like it.
No,
didn't like shepherd's pie today.
Mate, I told
but I'm pissed off. I've prepped this.
Fuck.
No, I was well annoyed because I've prepped this. This is home cooked food.
That's why I've stopped doing it.
This is the home cooked food that all the mums feel the pressure to bloody do, and you're telling me that you don't like it today. And then I caught him. I literally did. I tried that thing that my mum used to do to me, where it was, if you don't eat your tea, you're not having anything else. I did catch him eating Monroe's cheddars at the side of the couch, like he was going to get arrested if I caught him. I said, "Are you still hungry?"
Is that
he was
brother
like,
teamwork there?
Yeah,
where
it
he's
is.
helping
Yeah,
his brother out?
I think Ro just left him like strategically just on the side, just in case.
Yeah.
But it is the thing now that my kids do think that a takeaway is a normal thing.
Yeah.
They think that going to Nando's is a normal thing, whereas obviously money's different. When I was a kid, money was different anyway. But in terms of like prices was different. So your treats was Subway and KFC and McDonald's. It wasn't Nando's and Chiquitos and...
It was a treat. All these places that they get took to on a daily basis was like a birthday or a treat.
Yeah,
it was a big event, even for us. I mean, you know what I mean? Even getting a Chinese or whatever. It wasn't like we have a Chinese sometimes twice a week at our house now.
We love Chinese. What's your Chinese order?
Dead easy. Do you know what? It was always I love beef and black bean all the time. I loved it. It's a solid, lovely meal, that. Yeah. And then someone just said, you need to fucking mix it up a bit.
You do need to mix it up.
Yeah, so I've tried. I like a bit of all sorts. I'm a picky bits man now.
Yeah, I'm a bit of let's get 4 or 5 and
do
we'll
you
just share between.
Chinese to Indian?
I love it. Yeah. When I'm hungover, Indian is my absolute go-to. And I'm hungover a lot.
Do you want me to tell you what I like about having an Indian takeaway?
What?
Because in the restaurant, you can't do this because your poppadoms come first. But because I've been having it at home and I can open what I want when I want, I've been dipping my poppadoms into my curry.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Nice.
Well, nice.
Right.
Really nice. That's
you can't just dive in and expect us to feel.
Do you know Kian gets really pissed off with me because he actually flagged it the other day in front of our mates and said she actually really annoys me because she pours, which I do, put all of my rice on my plate and all of the curry on the rice and the chips and the naan and everything's on the plate.
No, yeah.
Kian has to do it in bits, in stages.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Why?
Well,
that's too overwhelming, that.
And also,
that's
if you
just
want to save any, you don't have to scoop it all back into the tub.
And it also becomes now your leftovers for what you don't eat. That's selfish, that, Brooke.
Yeah.
But this is my meal.
Yeah, but you know you're not going to eat it all. You're just being greedy. You can't all eat a full bowl of rice and a curry and the chip. Are you smiling because you can?
I'm smiling because I can.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Right.
The point is, though, with the kids, because we... As a treat for me and Kian have takeaways, they are just, so they just think it's normal to do that. And the thing of like they're tasting food, like I said, they're tasting prawns and we can go to a restaurant and they can be having prawns, but these prawns are £18. Hang on a minute, that's an adult price prawn, and you're wanting it for your little age 5 mouth.
Completely. I totally understand. Like we go to, she loves the tapas food. And again, it's that, she wants the prawns every time. And then she go, I bet all that. And we just, as parents, you go, oh, she's eating something. While she's eating, let's feed her. Because Lila's so unpredictable with the food. Like some kids, they just have an appetite and they just eat and eat. And I've got mates whose kids just love the food and they eat well. Lila, we worry about Lila sometimes because she doesn't eat food. But then other times, she'll have an appetite.
That's what I was saying. My mum was saying she'll eat when she's hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just about to say that. I think your mum's right. We've taken that approach because we used to get so... Albert's never been a good eater, but to a point where my mum used to annoy me by going, oh, we'll just try it with him. And go, honestly, he had really bad colic when he was younger, when he was a baby. Steph couldn't finish breastfeeding. She caught an infection. I was in I'm a Celebrity. It was a very difficult time for him. We feel like that has a little bit to do with it. We try him with some stuff and he gets so worked up with it that when he puts it in his mouth, obviously his taste bud doesn't like it and he genuinely heaves. But he'll gag and he'll go, ugh, but it'll be like a burp and a thing. You go, I'm not forcing that down him. So now we're just giving plenty of the foods that he wants because what goes back to the point of what we were saying when we were kids, all this frozen food we had, look at us now. It's not like you're not got a twitch because you had a lot of fucking frozen lamb grills, did you?
The thing is that's hard though now is like society's moved on and obviously there's more information, so to say, on the nutrition of your food and the kids and what food groups you should be giving them and all that jazz. What I think, there are people that are vegetarian, pescatarian, vegan. Every family has their own thing of obviously what they like. I just also think, how can you determine as a vegetarian that your kid's going to be vegetarian? That's tight.
Fully agree.
Completely.
That's mean.
Fully agree.
How do you know that they're not going to want to have?
Yeah.
Do you
beef
remember?
and
Do you remember
It's
the
a fair point,
conversation? Do you remember the conversation? Have you had this with your kids yet, where they actually start to
Piece together.
They learn that bacon and sausage comes from a pig, and they learn,
No, we're not.
You know what I'm saying? Because that is a moment where I mean, listen, if she don't want to eat meat, she don't have to eat meat. But like, I was a little bit worried, to be honest with you, because I thought, well, she doesn't eat loads anyway. If she now decides she doesn't want this, what the hell am I going to do? I know there's other things you can get your kids to eat.
But it's educating yourself.
Yeah, it's also, and then it's also, how are they going to react? Because Lila loves animals. She tells me that's what she wants. She wants, when she's older, she wants a house to be a zoo. She wants 13 dogs. She wants 10 gerbils. She wants all this, that, and the other.
It's a lot of dog
pigs. She wants
house.
everything. That's what she wants. And so I didn't know how she was going to react when she realised that she's eating
She's got
animals.
full English on a plate.
Do you know what I mean?
And 13 dog proms.
I tell you something. I went to Kenya with Cora ages ago when I was like 21 maybe, and as part of like the tribes, I don't know what the wording was, but they basically, they killed this goat in
Like
because we were sacrificed because we was there, and they wanted to, it was a celebration that we was there. I had no idea what was going on here. The next minute, this goat. So I decided on that night I was going to be a vegetarian. I can't have this.
Just for the
Off
this
the back
poor
of that.
goat.
And
Yeah,
you've met the goat.
I'd met the goat.
Met it before earlier on.
I'd met the goat. I'd seen the goat. You actually see me on camera when they say, I didn't have a clue what was going on until they said, should we go and get the goat? And I said, yeah. And then I went, oh, don't get the goat. Because I didn't understand it. And then I was the vegetarian. I said, I can't eat meat after that. I can't do it. And then I fucking forgot at breakfast the next morning, and there I was with 2 sausages, hash brown baked beans. But I was like, I feel like if you strongly feel, something for you, and, people do it for health reasons and all that jazz, and I understand that. But I do think that sometimes, when children are growing up, they do need different food types. They do need,
massively.
The food groups. But
Well, they used to at work.
what is right and what is wrong?
Well, that's the point, innit? Because I don't think anybody knows. Because I for one, I'm not interested in taking on just vegetarian or vegan. I like meat, and I don't think I'll ever change that perspective. Especially when I wouldn't know. Well, I know that meat has got X amount of protein in it, so I'm going to eat that. How do I replace that amount of protein in something else? I am not educated enough on it, and until they go, I don't want to do that because of X, Y, and Z, and I'll say fine, that's different. Yeah. But at work, at our work, they used to have meat-free Fridays, right? And I made a genuine, full-blown complaint about it on an email going, you can't push that. And I feel like this is what society is trying to do to us today. You don't understand what's happening in the world, all these animals. And they go, yeah, no, but it's been happening for millions of years. And I'm really sorry that you feel that way. But this is how I feel. That, I'm not killing it myself. That's different. It's packed up and passed to me by a butcher, and I cook the food. So if they do that on a Friday and say it's meat-free Fridays, I'm saying, well, you got to do a meat-only Monday. Yeah. Because you can't just shove your vegetarian veganism on me if I don't want to eat it. So if we're living in that world now where kids can make their own decision, that's fine. But I feel like if they're going to come to you and say that, they have to have a reason or some sort of education behind it to go, you can't just go, I don't want to eat meat because that's what Sasha at work's doing and she thinks it's the right thing to do, so I'm following that.
Can I just say as well, is this why we record this podcast on a Friday? Because you've refused to go into it on a Friday. Yeah. Because it's meat-free Friday.
Do you know what the worst thing is, right?
And that's why.
Do you know what the worst thing is? I've been watching you since I said that, and I've been watching the cogs turn in your brain, and I thought he's got something to say here, and he's going to wait. And you've waited and waited, and you've done it. Fair play to you, Nigel.
No, mate.
Well done.
I knew. I just wanted Brooke to have her moment, but I thought...
You thought I'm banking that.
That's why we do the Friday thing.
Yeah, so I can have a Greg's on the way in.
Can I move on to pasta butter? Right. Is pasta butter a thing in your house? Because I never even realised. Pasta with butter. Right, that is what Lila and all of her mates, and it is a thing.
Is it a TikTok
people
trend?
Listening to no, it's just people. It's what my daughter eats so much all the time. If she don't want what we're having for tea, she goes, I just want pasta butter. So she just does pasta with butter, right? And literally, I'm telling you now, people will be listening to this, and it's a thing. Pasta butter, all the mates, they all love it. Yeah, well,
butter pasta, so it's like the new tomato.
To be fair, our thing is pesto pasta.
Right, well,
that's
pasta butter is a big thing, and all the mates at school, honestly, a lot of the time, kids will come round and they'll just go, I just have pasta butter.
What's really funny is that school as well, school meals, things like that.
Yeah.
When I was in schools at the time, which I have seen Jamie Oliver at an awards do, and I was a little bit drunk, and I did say to him, "You ruined my school dinners."
Go on, Brooke.
Because,
Go on, Brooke. I'd have been
because
right
he
behind
took
you.
away our happiness.
Yeah.
He took away the turkey
dinosaurs,
Twizzlers.
yeah.
He took it away. But what it was,
did he say to
back
you,
in
though,
school,
please?
he laughed. No, he laughed and then won his award for greatness. But what was funny at the time when I was at school is they brought in this new thing where you used to have a pot of protein in your meal. Now, these protein was 30p. Now, in my day, you could buy a cig on the hill for 30p. So it was you pot of protein or a cig. Literally, like, that's what we was working against. Yeah. But I don't smoke anymore, but it's very bad for you. But my point being is that, like, nowadays, again, we get letters from our school that's saying, you know, we're sourcing local meats and I'm here for it because I think it's good that we're in a space to do that. But like you say, your children then get home and they want pasta butter.
Well,
and they're eating cowboy casserole at school.
Yeah, they are. Jam roly-poly. So I don't know why I just come out with that.
What a time that was.
It's a forgotten pudding.
I don't think we have... My kids now, pudding's not... A thing.
Yeah, it's on
a Sunday when Kian's mum used to cook us all Sunday dinner. We'd have a Sunday dinner and then they'd have a dessert, and there'd be a couple of desserts that you could choose from. But I think that comes from a routine of every week having a Sunday dinner, but also because there was so many of us. It was right to have a dessert, whereas now the kids will eat their tea and then they have a snack, they have a treat, they have I don't know.
On the sofa watching telly or doing whatever they're doing. I know what you mean. Like, I think it's like the generation above us that, like, really love the pudding. Do you know what I mean? Like our parents, whenever you'd go around there now for a Sunday roast, they'll always, like, that's one of the best things about going. There'll be a crumble or there'll be something there, custard and things like that.
Oh,
now, Lila won't eat the crumble, but she'll have a jug of custard. She'll just have custard on its own with a spoon.
I just think it's just, I honestly think it's because they've got too much option. They've got too much option now. And also, that's the thing that you just said, you either have it or you don't. Like, my mum was like, she didn't have the money to go and get another ice lolly if I decided that day I didn't want that one. That was the ice lolly you've got and that's it.
Yeah, we're bad with that stuff.
And then what age are you at when you can actually get over the fact that this food's touched that food and you can actually eat it? Because that's another thing with kids, isn't it? With the food, where they can't eat, if it's been a bit of bean juice on it or whatever, the whole thing.
I used to work with someone who was
terminology.
scared of beans.
You were?
I used to work with someone who was scared of tomatoes.
Why? I didn't choose to work with her. She was just casting the show, and then.
All right. I thought you said you were scared of beans.
No. I used to work with somebody who was scared of beans. So you could never take beans into the green room, which I thought was quite selfish.
I think that's quite selfish. That's a you problem. Take yourself out.
Yeah. Even
Sorry
if you
were
there first. Very successful actor now.
I love beans, mate.
Yeah, I do.
I love beans.
Do you know what?
I like beans with everything, mate. Like, I love beans.
Beans
you know
with black bean sauce.
Beans are good for your heart. That song has been going
The
for
more you
years.
fall,
Literally for years.
More they eat, more they sit on the toilet seat.
I'd never heard that version. The
You never heard
extended
the
Do us
version.
the full extended version.
Beans.
Good for your heart.
The more you eat, the more you fart. The more you fart, the more you eat, the more you sit on the toilet seat.
Right, well, mine says the more you fart,
Like
the better
black
the
coffee.
taste. The better the taste, the less you waste.
No. You definitely didn't grow up in Droles.
Depends which end you're from, doesn't it? Which end do you hang out?
What did they say in Rami?
Just beans. The more you eat, the more you fart.
Yeah.
Never did the full thing. We were never clever enough to know the full rhyme.
Full bit.
Maybe that's why Will Young's moved there, so he can write a song
About
We don't live there now.
beans.
We don't live there now.
Do you know what is interesting? The kids like olives, and it still baffles me that they like olives, because I only started liking olives when I was like 31.
Yeah.
That's like a matured palate
Yeah.
food.
That was my brother's go-to, was a jar of olives when he came in from a night out.
Stop
Honest
it.
to God, a jar of olives, and he used to sit there and just eat them. He used to make me feel physically sick. Up until Nando's, I didn't like olives till Nando's.
No, exactly the same.
Nando's,
Now
yeah.
I'm mouse watering.
Yeah, I'm the same.
This wasn't a good episode to go for when I'm hungry, was it?
I know,
Because
I'm
my
not
mouth-
so
Starving, to be
starving
fair.
now.
I am hungry.
Big time.
But it's interesting, isn't it?
Can we just talk about, do you remember that whole saga, never eat shredded wheat?
Yeah.
Imagine how much money shredded wheat lost off the back of that.
It's a good point.
Because, and who, I reckon it was probably someone like Cocoa Pops that came up with that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
A rival brand.
Yeah, a rival brand, and thought, do you know what? Never eat shredded wheat. And do you remember Special K making a whole diet about themselves and basically saying if you eat 3 Special Ks a day, you'll lose a dress size in a week? That was a woman's thing, that.
It's bad, that really.
Do you remember the women's fitness videos?
They used to make the kale Kellogg's look like
they did a woman,
didn't they, on it, yeah.
All the famous women used to do them.
Fancy that K.
Used to do
I did. It's weird, isn't it?
Hey, why are you looking at me like that, Kale from Kellogg's?
Get me the milk, Mom.
Stop it. All the famous women, didn't they, in the soap, they used to do this fitness thing, and you'd buy the DVD.
Yeah.
Someone for Christmas, I've got the Davina McCall.
It's like they brought the air fryer in to kind of take us back in time a little bit and just make teas easier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, because even though it's like posher, better food, you're doing it almost as quick as you used to do when you used to waz some
Because let's face
waffles
it,
on or
that's
something.
the thing.
An air fryer.
What is baffling to me for a woman, and I'm not just making this a woman thing, but for a woman, it is mad that the way that we are expected to now work and still take care of the family and still take care of the house. And it's so mad, because when we was obviously younger, it was more of a male thing to go to work, and then the woman stayed at home and brought up the children and made the food and whatever else. But nowadays, women are so independent, or have these opportunities to have these amazing jobs where they are super, super busy, but we're still expected again to have the tea on the table when whoever walks through the door.
Crazy.
Like, it's mad.
Yeah.
So what happens when you fight for equality for so long, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're such a dick. That's it for today. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
A Rayo Original Podcast.
Hiya, it's Gemma Atkinson. And you know what they say? You should never work with animals, kids, or your Spanish partner of almost 8 years.
8 happy years.
Oh, yeah. Join me and Gorka on our brand new podcast, Lost in Translation, where we lift the lid on family life and our perfectly imperfect relationship.
Listen to Lost in Translation now.
On the Rayo app, Apple, Amazon, Music, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back, everyone. We've all had a little refresher. We're all back to have some more fun, of course. So we're going to do Why You Lyin For, and today, playing in the hot seat is Mr. Danny Miller. Hello, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Where are you from? How old are you?
Okay.
ASL. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Do you remember
that was MSN chat.
MSN days.
Right.
Do you know what that is?
No.
When you used to have
MSN
MSN
Messenger.
when you was a kid, if someone new added you, you'd just put ASL, and it basically meant age, sex, and location.
Right.
So you'd be like 15, female, money.
Yeah. Then I'd usually get a response back saying 49, male from Withenshaw.
Strange ways.
Got one. Yeah. So it is my turn today. So
Okay,
we go.
I'm
let's
gonna give
go
you-
then.
This is your 3rd time in the hot seat.
Thank
for
you.
Why You
Nigel.
Lyin For?
Why lying for? Okay. I once got suspended from school for headbutting my PE teacher.
Oh.
True. But let's ask some questions.
Why would it be true? You
Headbutting
can't just go
my-
straight to...
Because you're a violent little
I'm
shit.
not a violent little
I'm
shit.
joking.
So
Were you,
I'm
were you a little shit in school or not?
misunderstood.
Right.
Misunderstood for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Right,
Which-
let's
Bearing in mind, I
decant
think
this.
out of those 3, I've had 2 truths.
Can I ask which school it was,
Just if
or
that
is that okay?
Yeah, of course you can. It's Harrytown Catholic High School based in Romley.
Right, Romley.
Romley.
lad.
Romley Stockport, yeah.
There's a gorgeous theatre there. Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah,
familiar with
Romley
it.
Forum. I am now a patron of said theatre.
Oh, that's good. What
Yes.
do you do being a patron?
I just send them videos and say good luck.
Oh, that's cute. Well
How
done.
much you charging for the video?
Oh, yeah, 1,500 plus VAT. No, I just, I help them out with things. Yeah, Will Mellor also.
Right, okay. So let's just go back to you being
Let's
in
break
school.
it down.
What had happened to cause this altercation?
So said teacher had always had a disliking to me. Much like most of them there.
And it was sport.
Sports, yeah.
Right.
And
Are you any good at sports?
I was particularly good at football.
Okay.
Yeah. And we were playing bench football. Do you know what bench football is?
Football whilst you're on the bench.
It's close, but it's
Watching football while you sat on the bench.
No, I was never on the bench, straight up. No, the bench is the goal, correct? Yeah, so the bench is the goal, which means that it can't go above knee height.
Right.
So it's got to stay on the floor.
Correct.
I might try this with the kids.
What
do I need? Just the bench?
Just a softball and a bench. But
Fabulous.
you could work the bottom of the sofa into the equation. It was just bench football because we used to kick it against the bench. No goalkeepers. Anyway.
Go on.
So anyway, I got annoyed because we lost the game and I kicked the ball and it hit one of the more unfortunate, let's say the ones who would forget the PE kit a lot. That hit them square in the face.
Right.
Good aim then.
Always.
You was an absolute wasted talent.
Did you just boot that ball aimlessly or did you aim for
No,
someone?
he aimed.
Did you?
No,
You
I
can
didn't
tell
aim.
that's the type of child he was. He was very malicious as a kid. He's really grown up.
He really has.
Thank
Go
you,
on.
Brooke. I'm
Dead
really
proud
trying.
of you.
Thank you,
He
mate.
once tried to trip me up because he fancied being Sophie Webster. Go on.
Yeah, I did.
Blimey.
I did. Stand on her shoe, she'll fall for you.
Go
Literally.
on.
Literally. Yeah, no, it was. I just booted it, and it was just it was an accidental great shot.
So
Right.
the
Straight
teacher
to the
then
noggin.
told you off? Did you
The
swear
teacher
up
then
to the
said
teacher?
to me, bearing in mind we're in school hall, and the teacher said to me, "Go and stand outside, not the school hall, outside in the rain."
Oh, right. To cool down a bit by the sounds of
Potentially,
it.
but I was going to get wet at the same time, and you didn't have showers in them days. Not with that PE teacher anyway. But we didn't have showers. We just got on with the rest of the day, and this was probably second or third lesson.
Right.
So I just said no. I said
Did you
I
answer
offered him,
back?
I offered him a.
Autograph.
Yeah, so, I'll be famous one day, sir. No, I said I'll stand in the hall, as in the hall.
You give
corridor.
him you give him an alternative.
I'd give him an alternative.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
okay.
said I'll meet in the middle.
Quite
Fair enough. You
confident.
don't want me in the room.
Yeah,
Very
You don't want me in the
confident.
room. I'll stand outside there, but I'm not standing in the rain.
I'll compromise with you.
And he said, "You will stand in the rain." And that went back and forth for a minute or so of you won't, you will, you won't. And each time he got a little bit closer to me. And I felt intimidated, harassed and alarmed.
So headbutted him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was kind of a get out my face, motherfucker.
Were you shorter than him? Like, was it a headbutt on his head, or did you headbutt his chest?
It was head to head. It wasn't a Zidane job.
Right.
It was straight.
What
to,
happened after that?
Did
the crowd erupt?
There was a lot of kind of open mouths, and I knew it was at that moment I knew I'd fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
And then what happened? Where did he take you?
well, the assistant head teacher came in somehow and just said
Somehow.
that you basically you've got to come to my office and.
Then what happened? Who did the ring then?
My mum.
Right. And she came straight in to get you, or did you have to wait till the end of school?
My mum was working at the time and she said, yeah, you'll just have to wait. So I had to wait for 2 hours and then I waited for 2 hours and then she came and picked me up and took me home and I was suspended.
How long for?
Okay.
How long for?
4 days, 5 days, including that day. I wasn't allowed back in class.
See, I hate it when you do this because
he's double bluffing.
You
He's
know what
telling
he does? He does. He acts
You do it,
the
yeah,
liar.
you're acting lying.
He acts the liar, but delivers the lines, and it's really fucking
And doing all
annoying.
them looks to
I
Josh
know,
and
yeah.
say, "Oh look,
Yeah.
they think I'm
I'll tell you,
lying."
Josh, I'll get them this time, Josh.
Go on then.
Very hard.
Well, no, it's not for me.
No,
it's not
what
for
do
me.
you
You're
think?
a difficult puzzle, you sir.
You're an enigma.
That's that. The iPad is now closed because I've completed my story. So it's up to you.
Right, okay.
Bullshit. What is truth or lie?
Oh, I don't know. Like there was some bad uns in my school, but they never physically hit a teacher. Teachers got told to fuck off by some little shits in school when I was at school. No one actually physically headbutted or punched or hit out at a teacher. Therefore, I think it's a lie. I can see you being a little fucker, but I don't think Danny Miller would headbutt a teacher.
I think
It's
there's
a
a
lie.
hole in your story, actually, now I've even thought about that. Because wouldn't you get excluded?
Same thing.
Potentially, yeah.
It's
no, it's
not.
not suspended.
It's not
you're
suspended,
back in.
you're back
Suspended,
in.
you're back
No, that's
in.
expelled.
Expelled.
Okay, well, which one? You would get the one where you're not coming back.
I
That'd
think
be
if you hit a
expelled.
teacher, that's expelled. I think you're
yeah,
right,
I do.
mate.
I don't think you're coming back on day 5.
Yeah, you've
No, that
headbutted
doesn't
the
matter.
teacher.
But I want to go true because I think it is true.
Why do
think
you think it's
a
true
lie.
then if you just picked Holden's story? How does that work?
Because I just think that I can imagine you. I don't know. I just think it's true.
You've just been awkward because Nige said lie.
The other
No,
reason why
I'm
I think
being-
And you don't want me to get a full house, do you?
No,
That's what
that
it
is not true.
what it
The
is.
truth of it is, I called it when you said it,
Yeah, but you've
Yeah.
done that on every single one I've
and
done.
I've been right.
You haven't.
Right, I've been wrong once. So
Twice.
what? Go
I
on,
think you're
Nige.
lying. And I also think you're lying because the deputy head teacher just appeared from nowhere.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of, it was like that was a scrambling moment. But it might have been one of your little techniques.
Yeah,
This
true.
is what I mean.
Yeah,
I want
Jeez.
to go true though. I do
True.
think it's the truth.
Liar.
It's the truth.
Oh,
I
It's the
knew
truth.
it.
And to be
knew
honest
it.
with you, you're absolutely right because the assistant head teacher, Mrs. Gordon, just appeared out of fucking nowhere. The room fell silent because it was a reaction because he got in my face and I didn't actually mean to.
He
And I was like,
panicked.
bang like that.
so
yeah.
it's weird, isn't it? How all of a sudden the deputy goes, "The sheriff needs me." And
Yeah,
just gets this like little sense that they need to be
With a
somewhere.
puff of smoke, she
Yeah.
appears.
Miller's at it again.
To my
Yeah.
to my defense, and this is the God's honest truth of my children's life, he absolutely 100% deserved that because he would constantly intimidate
for fuck's
children.
sake.
I swear to God, and I mean it. I'm
You
actually genuinely serious about it.
Let the ruler of the club
Could you
speak
imagine?
to you.
Right? Could you imagine? Right? He was a Let me ask you this. Right? Let me ask you this. A 40-year-old man
Go
that
on.
he was mid-40s, right? And he approached everybody the same, and he gets to your face like that, and he's screaming in your kid's face. Do you think that'd be allowed now?
No.
So my point was, I wasn't trying to change the world by
It was a
any means.
different time back
But
then,
I
Danny.
kind of I panicked, and it's that fight or flight thing that's in our natural humanity is fight or flight. I could have gone, please sir, don't. But my thing was shit. One was bang.
The other thing is as well, sorry to jump in, the other thing is teachers nowadays, if that happened, there would be a full case about it.
Yeah.
Whereas a teacher then
We had to shake hands
Yeah, I
and
can
that was it.
imagine. It was a different time back then.
I was 14, we had to shake hands, and the supply teacher saw it and he could have ended it all, but instead he didn't because he was scared. But what he didn't realise was my uncle at the time owned Radcliffe Borough and he played for Radcliffe Borough. Did he start for the next 6 months? No, he didn't.
Oh,
Right,
for fuck's
there
sake.
you go.
I actually, once, we was playing Bulldog, and this teacher that comes in, what are they called?
Supply.
No, not a supply, like a coach, maybe, sports
Okay,
coach. They came in. Anyway, he came in, and I remember rugby tackling
Him.
him. And
Deliberately.
he was on the opponent team. Team. He was on the opposite team. My mate Misha will back me up on this. And it's like a little funny joke that we have because I absolutely rugby tackled him.
Flattened him.
And Mrs. Dolan, who was like the head of PE at the time, come marching. She said, "Get outside." And it was inappropriate, I get it. And it was a fight or flight moment. But also on my way out, because I was an absolute cocky little sod, muttered, "Well, if he doesn't want the heat, he should get out of the kitchen." In Nigel's voice.
There you go.
But I do think now, the things that actually, because I used to think, I sometimes look back at school and I think they must have just thought I was a dickhead because I was in choreo. Whereas I'm not, I'm just a dick. I'm just a class clown. I like to make people laugh. I don't know when I've gone too far. I will bark up the wrong tree and I'll just jump to conclusions. That's just what I do. And I'm very good at it. I like being how I am. But I was a class clown. So they used to think that I was just loud and noisy probably because of choreo. But it wasn't. I've just
why you got
always
choreo.
been like that. Yeah. And it's so weird because I think I look back now at situations that like that rugby tackling a teacher, like never, like even if I seen a teacher now, I'd panic. Do you know what I mean? Like as you get older, you think, oh my God, they was like probably like my age.
Yeah.
We could be teachers, you know. I've got 2 mates that are teachers.
Which brings me back to a point of imagine going home telling your wife that's why you're bleeding because you got it headbutted off of year 10.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well,
was
more-
it the cock of the year though? No, it was Miller.
It was
the
bloody
little
hard.
shit.
Miller.
It was Miller.
Miller.
It was the lad off Grange Hill at the time.
Was you in? I was gonna say.
I was pretty
Was
decent.
you in the? Was you on the telly
Yeah. I've been for many, many years.
before that?
Grange Hill, I was on Grange Hill. I remember one girl not far before that said to me, "Can I have your autograph?"
And you headbutted her as well.
Fuck off out my face.
There we go. Yeah. Right, thanks for having us.
We'll see.
Well done again.
Week. Thank you.
We'll have to have a look at the points.
Yeah.
And I will observingly look at the points, but don't forget to follow us. You can do it at any time at Don't Know Podcast.
Why do you sound so aggressive
on Instagram and TikTok, because it's just you and that teacher. It's really riled me up.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey, if you don't like the heat, get out the kitchen, Danny.
Yeah. Good night.
If that teacher is listening, I am really, really sorry. I just really did fight or flight in the heat at the moment. I wanted to win at Bulldog.
Well, if my teacher's listening, don't come anywhere near me. I'll headbutt you again.
Send us a WhatsApp. It's on the link in our bio. You can get the number there. Listen, we'll see you next week for more nonsense.
Thanks for listening.
That's all, folks.
It's William and Jordan here from Help I Sexted My Boss.
And on the latest episode...
Spoiler alert, this is one of our most disgusting episodes we've ever done.
Lauren, I don't want to be rude, but you're a degenerate, basically.
I'm so sorry about this episode.
Weird.
I reckon this will be our least listened to episode ever. Go to a doctor.
111.
Like, legally, we can't give medical advice anyway. It's the podcast where manners meets mayhem.
Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.